Okay, so I'm going to talk a little about my community. My community is AMC Athletics, or Albertus Magnus Athletics. It's the second slide. So, for starters, this is the what the website kind of look. This is what the website looks like. This is what our community looks like. It's the Albertus Magnus Falcons, and this is a little bit of what their website actually looks like. Some core areas that the main thing that the community is that it focuses on sports at Albertus Magnus College. The community focuses on all different sports that associate with the college, and people who really look to join or who have interest in it are teenagers, young adults going to college to play the sport, people who are currently enrolled in the school already, as well as a specific team of or a fan of a certain team that the community is involved with. It's also interest to some alumni who have already graduated from the school but were once part of a team, or a friend or a family member that has a friend that's on the team, or one of their family members are on the team. The size of our community, well, the community, although it's open to all members of the school as well as the public, for the size of our school, it's actually a large community. Most of the sports teams are involved, the teachers, the coaches, and sometimes some of their friends. We have 8 teams that are really focused on our community, that are really focused, and the ones that our community really focuses on. Our girls and boys soccer team, our girls and boys basketball team, our boys baseball team, the softball team, girls and guys tennis, girls and guys lacrosse, cross country, as well as girls and guys volleyball. This is another close-up of what the community looks like a little bit. We are the Albertus Falcons, and this is kind of what it looks like. It talks about the sports down here. If you look at some of the sports, the schedules, and a little bit of inside of the athletics. Social interactions that the community uses is we use Facebook, and they use Facebook to basically post recaps of the games, to post pictures or articles of a team or a specific athlete. It's used to tell stories or achievements made by a team member, a coach, or an athlete involved. We also use Twitter, and for Twitter, we really use it for people to tweet scores and stats of a game. You can tweet updates, score of live games, updates on future games and events involving teams. People will sometimes retweet if something good happens to a team member. Will post something that had to do with the school that they thought was interesting. The value is that it connects. The value of our community is that it connects athletes to one another, and it shows school spirit and team camaraderie. So basically, it brings all the different athletes together from different teams, and it really just helps to show how united our school athletes are. It shows updates and information, sends out stats to friends and family who couldn't go to the game. So people who couldn't really catch a game, if your family lives somewhere else or far away, then if you are a part of this community, they'll always make sure that you know what's going on. It helps to create school awareness, because at first it really did start out as a small community, one that really just belonged to only athletes, and because that this thing is growing and our sports are becoming more popular, it created our school awareness and it made our school known. It helps the alumni to still feel connected to the school. I know I'm an alumni and I'm a part of this community, and it helps you to almost feel like you're still a part of the team that you were once on. It also gives a sense of validation. Our school is very tiny, and as I said before, it really did start as a small community, and as more sports get more popular and get more successful, it kind of helps to show that our small community is really growing into something huge. This is another look at the community and what it entails. Down here, it's a little additional headlines. It gives you a little more information about certain stories. They do videos that get posted onto Facebook. The information such as the Falcons ranked 8th in the NCAA regional rankings, that you'll see also on Facebook or sometimes even on Twitter. Over here on the right side actually just shows you how Frankie the Falcon, you can friend him on Facebook, so it's another thing that really keeps you engaged. Talking a little about the creators, the critics, and the spectators, especially with just our community, the creators have a high importance because they created the community. They're constantly continuing to update and keep the community going. They bring the whole community together and gives forth new information that everyone can enjoy and share. The thing about the critics is that they are important because they make the community interesting. They spark a sense of life to a topic or event just with a single comment. They interact amongst the community without having to be completely invested, and they are the ones giving back feedbacks, stirring the pot at times, and even helps create some exposure for the community with simple posts of information. They're the ones that are liking certain things on Facebook, a story or recap. They're the ones liking it, possibly creating another comment on the bottom of it that helps to get other people to really engage in certain information. They're the ones that are retweeting the tweets and creating that exposure for the school. The joiners and spectator, they're important. They kind of follow the same role as the critics, except they help to maintain the sense that they are part of the community without having to dedicate a lot of time. They oversee everything that is going on without having to really make any kind of appearance. They take notice to updates, stories, and comments, but doesn't have to engage in the site in order to feel part of the community. They still feel a sense of connection without having to completely commit to anything, and they are the ones that make others seek out to join the community. They are the one of the many numbers connected with the community. Basically, the creators and spectators, one of the main things is I find that to be a lot of alumni because they have other things going on. They're doing other things, possibly a part of other communities. However, they'll never forget the team that they were on, and they still feel part of that team. They look at if their team is doing well, if they scored a goal, who's winning an award, and it's good to look back at that, but they don't actually have to make a comment on it or like it or anything like that. They just know that it had happened. And with the joiners and spectators, by joining, it helps to create your community as something huge. It gets bigger and bigger each time that someone else joins. And just because you're a joiner and then become the spectator, that doesn't make you any less important, because you're what helped create the numbers and helps make people aware of the community. So let's just talk about a few people. The creator is Kristen, and some background about her. She's the head of SID, which is Sports Info Director. She worked at Albertus Athletics for about 2 years, and she's a senior woman administrator. The demographics is she skews females aged 30 to 45, and she's suburban. Identifiers is that she has a calm demeanor. She's an internist. She has an intern assistant and enjoys working alongside college athletes. Some quotes. One of the quotes I have is, "I just want to see them do well." And online activities include Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, and Instagram. Kristen really helped create the entire community. She's the one that continues to post up recaps, really get involved with the AMC community. John is our critic. I don't really have a picture for him. However, I did use this as Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook as an image of him because it really helps to solidify who he is. He's an assistant, graduated from Emerson. He was currently an athlete and a current blogger. Demo skews males, 25 to 30, and suburban. Identifiers: extremely loyal, enjoys a good time, has a good sense of humor, and enjoys all different sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or soccer. Quotes is, "I am a member of the team and rely on the team." Online activities is Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, and blogs. John's a critic because he posts comments, he comments on certain things, he helps with recaps, he tweets things. He's not as engaged as much as the creator is, but he's there. Last is our spectator, that's Jessica, and some background information is she's a student teacher. She's a current athlete of AMC soccer team. As you can see, my picture of her isn't exactly of her, but of the team that she's a part of or was a part of at the time. In the top right corner over there. She's a senior enrolled at Albertus Magnus College. Her demographics are she skews females, 20 to 25, suburban, and she's also a commuter. Identifier: she's a well-rounded person, enjoys all different sports, surrounds herself with athletes, usually her closest friends, and she's honest and loyal. She has 2 quotes. It's to our best friends who are also our teammates, and to us who took comfort in our sport, to us who never, ever give up. Some online activities include Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and e-learning. And she's a spectator because she pretty much she just watches and oversees. As much as she's still involved in the school, she really doesn't post that much. She doesn't make any real comments. She just kind of oversees. She joined, and she really just spectates everything that's going on. And that is the end of my community. And if I were to put myself in a category, as I already said, I'd be known as a spectator, as a joiner. I am a current alumni of the school, and at the moment I really just oversee.